how do we begin to build some of that stock so that more families have access to affordable housing. My name is Linda Jacobs. Currently, my role at Good Samaritan is more of a part-time consultant, working with them on affordable housing. Good Samaritan Ministries and Habitat for Humanity and Jubilee have formed a collaborative called Third Coast Homes. Third Coast Homes is responsible for this particular project that you're sitting in, but we work with people at different points in their situations. Good Samaritan Ministries has typically worked with people who are coming out of homelessness. So what we found was when we were working with people who were really at the lower end of the economic, about 3 years ago, Good Sam said, well, our strategies of providing rent assistance and helping people get into housing isn't going to work if there aren't units. Mm-hmm. And so that's what led Good Sam to say we need to be part of helping rebuild the stock of affordable housing in this community, which of course over the 10 years of the recession was very little of anything.
Don Wilkinson. I've been with Lakeshore Habitat for almost 3 years now. Lakeshore Habitat really is about home ownership. So one of the biggest factors right now in affordable housing is people who can't afford to buy a house are paying close to 50% of their income just for rent and utilities and those things. There's somewhat of a gap between as far as Good Sam can go with the family and where Lakeshore Habitat can pick the family up and get them into home ownership. Mm-hmm. And so our goal is to close that gap.
That's the piece that we brought, was the knowledge base of this population and how to serve them, and some of the financial pieces of doing something that was more rental. Also, we were willing to play the property management ongoing piece for rentals.
Well, our biggest piece was the property. We brought the construction management because we do know how to build things. We also have a great volunteer base, so there were some things that we could do to cut cost on the property. We appreciated Good Sam because we get very few government dollars because there's not much for home ownership. And so we had no idea how to tap into any of that government money. So that was a big plus from a Good Sam standpoint. And then we also know how to build efficiency or efficient units.
So it was a willingness, though, of both organizations to step out of the way we normally did business and to create a collaboration. And the community really came alongside of us.
Yeah.
Very cool. The fact that there were two organizations, where two different board of directors, two different EDs were willing to collaborate on a project together. So really it was a whole group of people that each of our organizations assembled to really make it happen. And I'm very proud of the finished product. I think that what we were able to demonstrate to the community was, one, collaboration will work. And really within a very short period of time. I mean, we started working on it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are others who have been working on this for 5 years and quite frankly have nothing to show.
They haven't built anything yet.
I mean, they got a lot of talk,
right.
But nobody's been housed as a result of it, other than a lot of good information has been generated.
Sure.
And I think you've probably found that there's a ton of data that's been assembled around what the need is and why we got to where we are. And that's important for us to know and understand. Yeah. But the bottom line is somebody has to do something with that information. Right. And for people to actually be the beneficiaries of that knowledge, we have to start building.
But when you have, established nonprofits that are used to doing things, then they get things done. Yeah. And, you look at Home Corps and Jubilee and Good Samaritan and Habitat. We're used to doing things. If we don't, if Habitat doesn't build 6 to 10 houses every year, we consider it a huge failure. Where everybody else is studying it in 5 years and haven't built anything yet, we built 25 homes. Good Salmon Habitat have done this,
Right.
you know, and we'll keep moving down that road. But we're used to doing things.
Yeah,
So
you guys-
that's the piece of the community that has to be activated, right?
Yeah.
There's the people who study things, and then there's the doers, right?
Mhm.
There's always in every group
Mhm.
the people who want to study it and the people who say, okay, let's just go do it. And I think that that's the piece that we hoped that would inspire others.